A challenge to U.S. President Donald Trump's use of emergency powers to impose tariffs has made it all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. It's the culmination of 3 lawsuits filed by tariff-hit businesses and 12 states. The court's decision could undo a key Trump policy and force the U.S. government to refund some of the billions in revenue it's already raked in. But a high-ranking Justice Department official says the law Trump invoked, the IEEPA, implies the power to impose tariffs, and that Trump believes undoing the tariffs could cause the U.S. deep harm.
Unwinding those agreements, he warns, would expose us to ruthless trade retaliation by far more aggressive countries and drive America from strength to failure with ruinous economic and national security consequences.
But no other president has used this law to impose tariffs before. And with the U.S. Constitution giving Congress, not the president, authority over tariffs and taxes, justices ranging from the liberal minority to the conservative majority are skeptical. Some say the IEEPA was never intended to give the president such powers.
It's pretty clear that Congress was trying to constrain the emergency powers of the president in IEEPA, so it seems a little inconsistent to say that we have to interpret a statute that was designed to constrain presidential authority, consistent with an understanding that Congress wanted the president to have essentially unlimited authority.
Even some Trump nominees have reservations about whether the separation of powers might be eroded beyond repair.
So Congress, as a practical matter, can't get this power back once it's handed it over to the president. It's a one-way ratchet toward the gradual but continual accretion of power in the executive branch and away from the people's elected representatives.
Chief Justice John Roberts, a conservative with a wild-card reputation, made similar points.
Yes, of course, tariffs in dealings with foreign powers, but the vehicle is imposition of taxes on Americans, and that has always been the core power of Congress. So to have the president's foreign affairs power trump that basic power for Congress seems to me to kind of at least neutralize between the two powers, the executive power and the legislative power.
This is just the start of deliberations, and the court could in the end rule any way. And despite the skepticism from justices, Trump's officials are upbeat.
Sometimes the best tariffs are the ones that never get enforced. That, the president threatened 100% tariffs after the Chinese on October 8th threatened to put export controls on rare earth magnets from Chinese products that had 0.01%. Every camera, every iPhone here would have been subject to a Chinese control. Because he had the ability to threaten the 100% tariff, he was able to successfully execute on foreign policy.
Even if the court does rule against Trump, it won't spell the end of U.S. tariffs. There are other Trump administration tariffs that this case won't consider. And there are other laws Trump could use to keep tariffs up, even if the speed and intensity are restricted. Still, after backing Trump policies in a string of decisions this year, the court seems ready to at least consider putting a check on the president. Andy Hsueh and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.